An organization in Temple is opening the door to help transplant recipients afford the life-saving surgeries they need. Now, I first heard about this program when I was interviewing the transplant director at Baylor Scott & White Temple. The hospital had recently hit a record number of transplants, and the doctor, Dr. Tunji, said a new organization had helped them meet that goal. That organization is called Amy's House, and if you want to understand their mission, it helps to understand the woman who inspired it. Amy Henderson Firth was a wife, a mom, a daughter. She was a speech therapist who served kids with autism in Temple, Belton, and Killeen.
Amy was a very loving and very empathetic person.
Then in 2012, unexpectedly, at the age of 38, Amy passed away. But her legacy didn't stop there. She was an organ donor, and she now lives on in the lives of 70 other people.
I think it's her spirit that inspires us.
To honor Amy, her parents Margaret and John Henderson wanted to do something that reflected the kind of person Amy was. They joined a transplant organization called TRIO, and that's when they learned of a big need. According to Baylor Scott & White Temple, their average wait time for a pancreas or kidney is 11 months, while the median wait time for transplant centers in Texas and Oklahoma is 3.5 years. Despite this, some people still aren't able to take advantage of these shorter wait times because of the cost of travel.
The majority of the patients at Baylor Scott & White that received transplants, the majority were low socioeconomic families, and that about 60% of the families live more than 50 miles away.
Transportation, weeks of hotel rooms, and eating out, it all adds up. And hotels and restaurants bring up another issue: sanitation.
The patients themselves are usually given medication that will suppress their immune system so they don't reject the new organ.
The Hendersons decided they wanted to do something. For 4 years, they provided patients with a free trailer. Then they dreamed bigger.
We got the funding and the land to build Amy's House, and so we moved forward.
Now Amy's House can house up to 8 families at a time. There's a common area to relax, a kitchen to cook their own food, and high sanitation standards.
Just seems to give them a sense of comfort.
Since it opened 1.5 years ago, the house has served almost 50 families.
I was just thrilled with the way it came out.
And with each act of service, the Hendersons carry on the legacy.
It would have her full and complete blessing.
Of who Amy was.
I think she would be proud of her mom and dad for trying to keep that legacy alive.
And an amazing aspect of Amy's House is that families only pay what they can afford. If you can't afford anything, you don't pay anything. Now, because of this, the organization relies on donations. And if you'd like to learn more about how you can support them, you can head on over to their website, amyshouse-temple.org.